What's going on? What's going on, family? Welcome, everybody, to another day of Read Rich and Righteous, Spiritual Secrets and Mastering Money Manifestation in Your Mind. We're continuing our journey, our probably 3-month long journey, as we read through my full book. We are actually on page 105, so we crossed the 25% mark, and it's been absolutely amazing. We're reading about 3 to 5 pages a day. If you would like to get the book, you can go to moneyandmanifestation.com. Again, that's moneyandmanifestation.com. I've pinned that URL at the top of YouTube and Instagram, and I see people are starting to get their books now. I'm sorry for the delay. We had a huge back order when we started reading the book, but those books are starting to be delivered now. I saw some people saying that they've been delivered, that people have been posting in their Instagram stories that they've been delivered, and I'm excited because those of you who ordered them early will be able to give them as Christmas gifts when you get the other 4. So again, you get when you order the book, you get 5 copies, 1 for you, 4 for you to give away, to stimulate your personal economy, put you in an immediate state of giving. So even just the act of getting the book is an act of abundance. And then from there you have your rituals workbook, which you get to anchor in all of the lessons that you are gaining from each chapter. So you're just not reading the text, but you're actually applying them to your life. Because again, remember, the truth alone will not set you free. The truth alone will not set you free. It is acting on the truth that will set you free. All right. And then you also get the audio book. If you did not get the audio book automatically when you purchase the book, please email support@thefreedomschool.com. Again, that's support@thefreedomschool.com. My team will take care of you and make sure that you get access to the audio book. But of course, we're reading it aloud here together as a community right here and right now. So just keep joining us at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every weekday. Again, that's 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every weekday. Go ahead and set a phone alarm for that. We will be here, even though it's a holiday week, we will be here every day this week. And right now, based on what I'm seeing next week, we'll be good as well. All right. So here we go. Here we go. We are on page 105, and today we are breaking down the difference between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Okay, we're on page 105 today. We're reading the difference between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, and I'm excited about this chapter. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 7 pages, so I'm going to push through today so that we can get to the end of this. We are in commandment number 2, money commandment number 2, which is how to think about money. We're in money commandment number 2, how to think about money. All right, so let's get into it. All right. If you're joining us for this first time, please type 1 in chat. If you're joining us for the first time, please type 1 in chat. If you're joining us for the first time, please type 1 in chat. Again, the reason we're doing this is because I saw that I got tapped by God about 4 weeks ago, said, Jullien, just go and read your book publicly out loud for the people. And so that's what I'm doing out of obedience. And I kept hearing the word recession. So the collective consciousness was moving into a mindset of scarcity. And this book is what kept me in a mindset of abundance. I quit my job January 9th, 2009 at the bottom of the last recession. And this is the money mindset that kept me in a state of abundance that has allowed me to create the wealth that I've been able to create in that period of time, and to grow the movement that I've been able to grow in that period of time, despite what the external consciousness or the collective consciousness was experiencing. So I want to prepare you in the fertile soil of your mind, your conscious and your subconscious mind, in the same way, so that you can navigate what the collective consciousness is calling a recession. It's beautiful to see all the ones that are here. Welcome. Again, we're here at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every single weekday. We're reading Rich and Righteous, Spiritual Secrets and Mastering Money Manifestation in Your Mind. We're reading about 3 to 7 pages a day, depending on how long the section is. And it's been a beautiful experience. We've been here for 4 weeks now. We're on page 105, and we'll likely be together all the way through March. Okay. So with that, let's get into it. Since today's section is a little bit long, 7 pages, we're on page 105. Okay. The conscious versus subconscious mind. Jesus also said, the kingdom of God is like a man who scatters seed on the ground night and day. He sleeps and wakes, and the seed sprouts and grows, though he knows not how. All by itself, the earth produces a crop. First the stalk, then the head, then grain that ripens within. Mark 4, 26, 28. So There's some gems right there in that passage. I just want to point out really quickly, right? So the man scatters seed, right, on the ground. What is the ground? The man is representative of the conscious mind. The man scatters seed, which are thoughts. Okay. I want you, anytime you hear the word seed in the Bible, I want you to think of a thought. Okay. A thought is a seed. Okay. And he sleeps and wakes, and the seed sprouts and grows, though he knows not how. So we don't fully understand how the subconscious mind works, right? But while he's asleep or while he's awake, the subconscious mind is at work. The subconscious mind is like when you have apps operating in the background, right? When you have apps operating in the background on your phone, that is like the subconscious mind operating in the background. You can't always see it in the conscious realm with the five senses, but it is always there. And whether you know it or not, it is producing crop. It is producing a result in your life, whether you are aware of how it is working or not. Is that clear? Is that clear, family? The subconscious mind is always at work, whether you plant negative thoughts, whether you plant positive thoughts, whether you plant good seed, whether you plant bad seed. It is always at work. And so when negative manifestations happen in your life, and even when positive manifestations happen in your life, we aren't always aware how they are harvesting, how we are reaping this. But if we are the guard inner, remember, we are the guard inner. We have to garden our inner world. Okay. Yes, we are guarding the Garden of Eden up here. and and we have not all of our gardening has been intentional. We have not been intentional about all of our gardening, and we're going to get into that metaphor a little bit deeper later on. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out in that scripture, page 105, first paragraph. There's a thin line between you as a sentient being and artificial intelligence. The only thing that separates the two is that you are God-made and artificial intelligence is man-made. Just like a computer, you have hardware, an operating system, software programs, and a programmer. The hardware, listen very carefully, the hardware is your physical body and brain. The hardware is your physical body and brain. The operating system, the operating system is your consciousness. Okay. The hardware is your physical body and brain. The operating system is your consciousness. The various software programs that run in the background are your subconscious mind, also known as the heart mind. Okay. Also known as the heart mind. Right. And you probably didn't know that your heart thinks. You probably didn't know that your heart thinks. Okay. Proverbs 23:7 says, "For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." What do you mean? Thinketh in his heart? I thought we only thought in our head. No, when you think in your heart, that is in reference to the subconscious mind. Okay. Notice the scripture used the word heart, not mind. Most people leave out the in his heart part due to the shortened title of James Allen's powerful book, As a Man Thinketh. But it's as a man thinketh in his heart. Okay. Your heart mind is where your most powerful thoughts are born. This is where the thoughts of the conscious mind combine with emotion. It is where the thoughts of the conscious mind combine with emotion. Thought from mind without emotion from the heart, or emotion without thought, has a low probability of manifesting. So when you wonder why all my thoughts don't manifest, is because it takes the combination of thought and emotion to have power. So if you have a thought and it has no emotional charge to it, then it doesn't manifest. Then it doesn't manifest. If you have a emotion but there's no thought tied to it, then you are then it doesn't manifest as well. Then it doesn't manifest as well. So you understand, it's thought plus emotion equals manifestation. Can everybody type that in? Thought plus emotion equals manifestation. Thought plus emotion equals manifestation. It takes the two, a solid, clear thought from the conscious mind, right? And a strong emotion. Everybody type that in. Thought plus emotion equals manifestation. I just want you to anchor that equation. All right? Thought plus emotion. Okay? Page 106. Knowing something by heart means that the subconscious heart mind knows it. Okay. You ever heard yourself say, he knows this by heart? She knows that by heart. It means that the subconscious heart mind knows it. When you know something by heart, like tying your shoe, right? Or riding a bike, or even driving a car, that means that it's now in your subconscious mind and you no longer have to think about consciously doing it, right? So, knowing something by heart means that the subconscious heart mind knows it and it is memorized as a permanent part of your being. The software programs are every belief in your mind that informs your decision making, such as money is the root of all evil, the food pyramid, and all good things must come to an end. Of course, there are also the opposite beliefs you could install to reprogram those above, such as money is stored energy, eat for energy, and all things work together for good. Romans 8:28. So there are some people who are moving through the world, and the thought that they've rooted in their subconscious mind is that all good things must come to end. How many have heard that quote before? How many have heard that quote before? All good things must come to an end. Now, you may just think it's a quote and there means nothing to it, but if you repeat that quote over and over and you start to believe it, then guess what? All the good things that begin in your life, guess what happens? They come to an end. They come to an end because it is done unto you as you believe. Jesus said it is done unto you as you believe. So if you really believe that all good things must come to an end, then the good things that occur in your life must come to an end. And then you start acting funny in the midst of good things because you're actually looking for the end in advance. But what if you just simply reprogrammed your mind and said, all things are working together for my good? As Romans 8:28 says, that is the belief that I choose. Okay. So as the conscious programmers of our mind, we get to choose what beliefs we want to hold on to. Okay. Computer programs are simple sequences of zeros and ones, yeses and nos. These sequences of code in each area of your life are either resulting in the experience of heaven or hell on earth for you. As Matthew 9:29 says, it is done unto you as you believe. All right. Y'all with me? Everybody type that. All things are working together for my good. Everybody type that. That is the thought that we're going to choose. That is, and once we hold it long enough, it becomes a belief. I don't believe that all good things come to an end. I believe that life is getting better and 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 better. No, Julian, look at life. Things are getting hard. People losing jobs, people losing their house. I believe that life is getting better and better and better and better and better and better and better. I don't let these two eyes dictate what I believe, what I imagine, or what I see. Okay. I don't let my two eyes deceive me. My two eyes are only connected to the five senses, right? I don't let my conscious mind determine my reality. My reality is determined by my subconscious mind and my imagination. Okay. I can see the good in all. I can see the good in all. That is the power of the imagination. Okay. So, paragraph 2 on 106. The programmer is your conscious mind. Listen to this. Y'all, we always talk about the metaphor of the matrix. The programmer is your conscious mind. Okay. Your conscious mind has the power to input software programs into your subconscious mind that the body carries out by installing existing programs or coding in new programs through thinking. I'm going to repeat that. The programmer is your conscious mind. Okay. That is the beauty of the conscious mind, is that it has, though the subconscious mind runs 95% of your life, the conscious mind, even though it only runs 5% of your life, it has executive power over the subconscious mind. Okay. So the programmer is your conscious mind. Your conscious mind has the power to input software programs into your subconscious mind that the body carries out by installing existing programs or coding in new programs through thinking. Okay. This is how we reprogram ourselves, is through thinking. The output of those programs project onto the monitor of our lives through our eyes. Listen very carefully. Everybody type I am the programmer. Everybody type I am the programmer. I am the programmer. Everybody type that. I am the programmer. There you go. I am the programmer. Okay. Some of us, up until this moment in our life, have allowed other people and other institutions to program us. We've allowed school to program us. We've allowed society to program us. We've allowed our parents to program us. We've allowed church to program us. We've allowed other people to program us. Now, in this moment, you are declaring that I am the programmer, that nobody outside of me has more power over my life than I do. Okay. So listen to me very carefully. The output of those programs project onto the monitor of our lives through our eyes. So what you are seeing with your two eyes is literally the manifestation of the programs that are inside of you. It is the projection of the programs that are inside of you. So again, if you believe that all good things must come to an end, then when you look at the economy and what it was during COVID, it was running like crazy. Stocks were up, everything was booming. But if you believe that all good things must come to an end, then what you are seeing is confirmation of what the programs inside you tell you is going to happen. Okay. Like a virtual reality experience, this is going, listen to this. Like a virtual reality experience, your life is happening in your head, not outside of you. Your life is happening in your head, not outside of you. Imagine putting on virtual reality glasses. Where is the virtual reality experiencing happening? All you have on is glasses. Yet you are flying an airplane and you're in a simulator or you're in a battlefield at war. You didn't go anywhere. You're physically still sitting in the exact same seat you were in. So where is that reality happening? It is happening in your head, family. It is happening in your head. Your life is not happening outside of you. You think it's happening outside of you due to the five senses and the conscious mind, but it's not happening outside of you. It's happening inside your head. Think of your eyes more as projectors creating a virtual visual experience outwardly rather than receivers of reality. We think our eyes are receivers of reality, but no, it's the opposite. They are projectors of a reality. Your eyes are like projectors, not receivers. They're projecting out, not just receiving in. Okay. This is why they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Two people can look at an experience, a person, and they have different perceptions of that thing because beauty is where? It's in the eye of the beholder. It's in the eyes. Beauty isn't just defined by what we both see. It is defined by the eye of the beholder. It's based on the inner perception of beauty by each individual. So some people are going to say that's beautiful. Some people are going to say that's ugly. Why? Because it is within. And the same is true for everything that you see in your life. It is an outward projection of what's already inside of you. Y'all with me? Did I lose you? Did I lose you on that one? All right. Two people can be looking at the same person, but see varying levels of beauty depending on their inward thinking about what beauty is or is not. All right. Said we here, we here. Hope I didn't lose you on that turn, family. You're gonna have to rewind. All right, we're on the last paragraph of page 106. The real battle in man is which part of us are we allowing to control the conscious mind, the spirit or the intellect? The story of Adam and Eve suggests that eating from the tree of knowledge of good and evil was man's downfall. The allegory is true. The allegory, hear me, the allegory is true. As Michael Beckwith says, man has intellectualized the spirit instead of spiritualizing the intellect. I'm going to repeat that. Man has intellectualized the spirit instead of spiritualizing the intellect. We have allowed the intellect to lead us rather than divine intelligence. So the tree of knowledge of good and evil represents intellect. And we decided to choose to lead a life based on intellect as opposed to leading a life based on spirit. Proverbs 3:5 says, "Lean not on thy own understanding." This scripture is often quoted to push blind faith when something doesn't make sense. But its real meaning is that we can never fully grasp the Mother, Father, God as its children through the intellect. In God we trust means that in divine intelligence we trust. Divine intelligence comes to us and through us, uh, to us and through us through insight, intuition, and inspiration. It is an inner knowing and already hard coded in your DNA. It is no different than a baby knowing how to stay afloat without ever taking one swim lesson. Okay? Have you ever seen somebody throw a baby into the water, into a swimming pool, to a 10-foot deep swimming pool? Have you ever seen that on Instagram or YouTube? How did that baby know how to swim? It took no swim lessons. Do you realize you all knew how to swim before you got here? It was hard coded in you. It was hard coded in you. You forgot how to swim. Oh, black people can't swim. No, we knew how to swim. We forgot how to swim. So if you see that as divine intelligence that was already inside of you, then guess what? How much other divine intelligence is already inside of you? You just forgot, or you lost touch with it based on fear. Are y'all with me? Despite this innate knowing, many people believe that they don't know how to swim, though they were born knowing. Fear-based programming in the subconscious mind can literally override divine intelligence and cause someone to unlearn how to swim. Okay? Second paragraph, page 107. The conscious mind only processes 40 bits of information per second, while the subconscious mind processes 40 million bits per second. The conscious mind is responsible for your short-term memory, while the subconscious mind is responsible for your long-term memory. It never forgets anything. The only reason the conscious mind can't recall files in the subconscious mind is that they are not top of mind. They've been archived to repress them or because they are insignificant at this moment. The conscious mind decides truth by reasoning with reality as things are, or logic using linear thinking. The subconscious mind decides to imagine reality as things could be and uses exponential thinking. The conscious mind sees and records what it chooses, while the subconscious mind sees and records everything. The conscious mind works from the time you are awake to the time you go to sleep, likely 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The subconscious mind works 24/7, 365 days per year. Which mind keeps you breathing and your heart beating while you are asleep? Which mind wakes you up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night? Which mind is working on your business ideas and wakes you up at 3 a.m. to write it down when it has struck gold? That is your subconscious mind. It is always working on your behalf. It is always working on your behalf. The conscious mind has executive power like a commander. It gives the computer commands: shift, alter, delete, space, control, return, enter. You realize that those are your only options in the human experience? Your options in the human experience are no different than a computer. Shift, your thinking, alter, delete something, take space, control, return, or enter. The commands that you have as a human being are no different than the commands on your computer. Matthew 8:9-10 summarizes the commands we have as go, come, and do when it says this. And I say to one, go, and he goes, and to another, come, and he comes, and to my servant, do this, and he does it. When Jesus heard this, he marveled and said to those who followed him, truly I tell you, with no one in Israel have I found such faith. The conscious mind is the masculine giver. The conscious mind is the masculine giver. It says, I wish. The subconscious mind is the feminine servant or receiver. it says, your wish is my command. So the conscious mind says, I wish. And the subconscious mind, the feminine receiver, says, your wish is my command. I will make it so. Okay? Don't misunderstand. Listen, ladies, when I say feminine, I do not mean female. Okay? Do not misunderstand servant as lowly. Okay? As we tend to do in the worldly context. Servant is the highest form. True leaders serve. Okay? So when I say servant, I'm not saying that the feminine or females are servants. I just want to make that clear, because we're in this gender war right now. And I want to be very clear with my language. When I say servant, I'm not saying that women or females are servants. I'm talking about the feminine aspect of us. Okay? I just want to be 100% clear. I don't want anybody taking my words out of context. Is that clear? Can everybody let me know that you heard me on that? I'm talking about the feminine aspect in all of us. I have divine feminine in me. Why? Because it comes from my mother. Every human being has masculine and feminine to different degrees. All right? Y'all with me? All right. In the spiritual context, the servant or subconscious mind is the powerful force that does the amazing works, just like a woman brings forth the child. In the spiritual realm, the first shall be last, as Mark 9:35 states. If anyone would be first, he must be last of all and servant of all. Divine feminine and divine masculine don't speak to gender. They speak to energetic balances like the protons and electrons, or yin and yang. They do not speak to gender. Right? Oh, she needs to be more feminine. She's too masculine. We're not talking about gender. We're talking about a balance of energies that must be in all human beings. Right now, men are too masculine. Right. And right now we have, actually, everybody is too masculine right now. Everybody is too masculine right now in many cases. So we're trying to find that balance. And what's missing is the feminine. And so we're looking for a new way to navigate this world that has a healthier balance of masculine and feminine. We need both. It's not either or. Okay. Bottom of page 108. The conscious mind utilizes willpower to create change and governs voluntary actions. Willpower is a limited substance that depletes quickly. The subconscious mind utilizes God's power, and it governs our involuntary actions like sleeping, breathing, and digesting. The key to creating wealth in your life is to practice your rituals consciously until they are so deeply rooted in the subconscious that they become involuntary. Okay? So the rituals that I teach you in the workbook, right? We want to do them consciously until they become subconscious, okay? And even unconscious. Like, you don't think about brushing your teeth anymore. Initially, you had to consciously think about, I need to brush my teeth today, right? You had to consciously think about that for probably 2 or 3 weeks as a kid. And then after that, it became subconscious and you don't even have to think about it, right? So this is what we ultimately have to do to turn something into a habit. We do not want to consciously think about anything that is necessary, okay? We want those to be subconscious. That means that you no longer have to think about doing them. They become part of your being or who you are. Therefore, you're naturally and easily doing them, just like having the rich harvest created by your being and doing. Don't just focus on what you want to have. Instead, focus on the habits that will result in you having what you want to have. So we're going into this period of New Year's resolutions and goal setting, okay? I don't want you to just focus on what you want to have. I don't just want you to focus on cutting out things for a vision board. In order to get what you want, you need to focus on the habits that will result in you having what you want to have. Focus on the habits, not the having. What are the habits that are necessary for me to have that thing? Okay? Nobody wants to put habits on their vision board. Why? Because habits look like work. Habits are work initially. Okay? They are initially habits. Going to the gym is a habit that you have to consciously think about initially until at some point you've done it so consistently that it becomes subconscious, that you just automatically wake up, put on your gym clothes, put on your shoes, and you go to the gym. You don't even think about it anymore. It becomes like brushing your teeth. Okay? So think about the habit, not just what you want to have. Because if you only think about what that's where the secret, the movie The Secret, it lied to you. It said, just cut things out and put it on a vision board and look at it and it'll just manifest one day. No, if you really want to get to those things, faith without works is dead. So the work is actually you turning something into a habit so that it's subconsciously part of your being, where you don't even have to think about doing it anymore. All right. We're on the second paragraph of page 109. The conscious mind uses the power of words or speech. The subconscious mind has no verbal language except Amen, Ashe, and so it is, Inshallah. It is all ears. Let those with ears hear. Matthew 11:15 was a command that Jesus would end important parables with to alert the subconscious mind and try to reprogram it. How often do we listen to something but fail to hear it? Hearing is when an emotional chord is struck and there is resonance versus listening just being words that go in one ear and out the other. Often, the only way to access the subconscious mind is through parables, metaphors, and similes. This is why Jesus only talked in parables, metaphors, and similes, because it's really the only way to access the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is abstract. That is why one thing can mean many things to different people, and it can be hard to agree on things. Knowing this, some of the world's greatest teachers use abstract stories, metaphors, allegories, and symbols that convey deeper meanings to get into the subconscious mind. Once you get past the intellect, the subconscious mind takes things very literally. This is why we are particular with our language, and we should refrain from casually saying things like, I'm broke. It could be worse. I can't complain. Hell yes. Break a leg. I'm single. The struggle is real. This is as good as it gets. It's lonely at the top. Good grief. How many of you found yourself saying any of those things? I don't even want to repeat that sentence. I don't even want to repeat that sentence, because all of those are negative affirmations. Yes, negative affirmations. I don't like to use any of those language sequences. Okay. Those are codes that you're programming into your mind. And ultimately, if you believe them long enough and say them frequently enough, they're going to start to manifest. Okay. I know the power of my mind, so I'll repeat them one more time. Just I know I can deny them. Okay. I can deny those negative affirmations and they won't take root from me because of how strong my mind is. So I'll read them one more time. We never say things like I'm broke. It could be worse. I can't complain. How you doing? I can't complain. What? Just say I'm doing good. Why would you be looking for a reason to complain? Hell yes. You were saying yes to hell. Heaven yes. We say heaven yes over here. Break a leg. Why you want me to go on stage and break a leg? That's the last thing I want to do. I'm single. No, you're not. You looking. You seeking. The struggle is real. That's my least favorite one. The struggle is real, man. No, it's not real for me. It may be real for you. It's not real for me. I don't choose to accept that the struggle is real. I accept that joy is real. I accept that heaven is real. Heaven on earth is real. I accept that the kingdom is real. This is as good as it gets. No, my life keeps getting better and better and better. It's lonely at the top. If it's lonely at the top, if that's a subconscious belief that I have that is lonely at the top, then why would I want to get to the top? I will self-sabotage to prevent myself from getting to the top if I believe that it's lonely at the top. Are there fewer people at the top? Yeah, but I've met amazing people on my journey and on my ascension. I keep meeting more amazing people on my ascension. It is not lonely at the top. Okay. Good grief. Grief is not good, family. Well, yes, actually, grief can be good. It is a healing emotion if we look at it in the proper lens. But I do not want to affirm too much grief. All right. So those are some negative affirmations. All right. So we release those. We're at the top of page 110. We only have a page and a half left. It will receive those commands and begin working to bring them into your experience. All right. The conscious mind relies on the five senses: the sight of the eyes, the touch of your hand, the hearing of your ears, the smell of your nose, and the taste of your tongue to experience reality. Okay. So the conscious mind uses the five senses to determine what reality is. But reality goes beyond the five senses. I could have you close your eyes right now. Okay. I could literally have you close your eyes right now. And we tap into our third eye. And I could put you all on a beach right now in Jamaica with the sun rising, you sitting in a beach chair, the waves crashing, some birds flying over, making noises, some reggae in the background, a coconut with a straw in it sitting to your right side, a beef patty on your left side, your bathing suit, your boo next to you. We could close our eyes and imagine a new reality right here and right now. This is a virtual reality experience. I'm not limited by my two eyes and my five senses. My third eye, my imagination, can take me anywhere that I want to be. It can take me anywhere that I want to be. Okay? Y'all do it every day on the corporate plantation, right? You daydream. Where you daydreaming? You daydreaming of not being where you're at. You're daydreaming of not being where you're at. But you're using daydreaming and imagination as a way to escape. Okay? What if you used it? People packing their bags. What if you use it as a way to create, as opposed to a way to escape? As a way to create your reality, as opposed to a way to escape your reality. That is the power of the imagination. The subconscious mind relies on the third eye, which is your sixth sense or intuition that can see things that are not tangibly or materially present. The third eye taps into intuition and imagination. I call it imagination because what I just gave you was a series of images, right? That actually puts you in another state. Physically, we went to another state, but we also went to another state of consciousness. Okay. Now, we call it the third eye, but if you really want to know the truth, it's not the third eye, it's the first eye. That eye existed before your two eyes were even formed. It's actually the first eye. It's not the third eye, it's the first eye. It is the spiritual eye that was there before you could even see. Guess what? People who are blind, whose physical eyes don't work, they still have this eye. That is actually their first eye. Okay, but we've called it our third eye. Why? Because we start with the physical. Our mind in this physical reality typically starts with the physical, and anything that comes later, we say it. Even people talk about new age spirituality, right? Spirituality is not new. This is ancient wisdom. There's nothing new about these teachings. These teachings existed at the beginning of time. These teachings existed before religion. So how is it new age? It's ancient wisdom. What we were talking about is ancient wisdom, is universal law that existed like gravity before any religion was ever created. Nothing new about these teachings. You may be new to them, right? They may be new to you, but ain't nothing new about anything that we're talking about right here. We're talking about universal law that transcends religions. Religions are wishy-washy. How many denominations of Christianity are there? Like 8 million? How many denominations? What's true? Is that denomination right? Is that denomination right? Is that denomination right? Is that which one is right? I'm not dealing with things that change. We are dealing with universal laws. And once we understand those universal laws, we can actually use them to bring heaven on earth. All right. So the third eye taps into intuition or imagination to see. The conscious mind typically operates in the past or future, while the subconscious mind operates in the here and now or present. Many people's lives are spent gripping onto the past or tripping over the future, or they take their past experiences and project them into the future, which is why patterns keep repeating themselves in their individual life and collectively why history keeps repeating itself. This is how you know that we don't get it right now as humanity, because history keeps repeating itself. We take the experience that we had in the past and we project it back out into our future, and history keeps repeating itself. History should never repeat itself whatsoever. That's how you know that we haven't cracked the code collectively yet. Individually, yes, there's a lot of patterns being broke right now, a lot of generational curses being broke right here, right now, in this moment. So history will not repeat itself in your bloodline, in your genealogy, in your lineage. Okay. But from the collective consciousness standpoint, we see ourselves going in these loops. We're looping because we're not learning the lesson. We're not learning the lesson, right? Because we're trying to solve spiritual problems on the conscious level, right? Where else would you be pulling the future from except from the past? Isaiah 48:18 says, "Remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old." The only way to get from here to there is from here, the present moment. There is a reason your windshield on your car is 40 times bigger than your rearview mirror. You are not meant to live in the past. If your rearview mirror were half the size of your windshield, you would crash in the present moment. There's a reason your windshield on your car is 40 times bigger than your rear view mirror. You are not meant to live in the past.